Okay, welcome back to Freezing Anime Review Part 4. This I'm discussing the opening arc of Season 2. The E-Pandora Project arc. Yes, this covers pretty much the first 4 episodes of Season 2, and it has chapters 51 to 67. Now, in the manga, this was not the next arc. Nope, next arc was the siblings arc. Yes, I'm not really sure why they decided to do this arc first. It seemed quite strange that the fact they did this arc first, despite the fact this came after this one. Yeah, it's kind of weird they did this. Because this arc in of itself set up E-Pandora Rebellion. Yes, that's what this arc sets up. But the thing is, you have to wait to the siblings arc to get to that arc. Yeah, it's kind of weird though that the first 2 arcs for this season are done out of order. There is no actual explanation for this of why this dude did this for, but they did. This particular arc introduces the E-Pandora. They are pretty much volunteers. And according to new stuff that they introduce here, of course, also the characters get brand new uniforms with a more lighter red now. Though Salazar, when she first tries out a new outfit, the skirt is too short for her, so she basically alters it to its normal length. The E-Pandora basically is just, well, they alter a new law basically where, unlike the original, they've heard to the people who already are Pandoras as originals. E-Pandora is kind of like the next generation of Pandoras. Basically, people who are not naturally gifted to have the Sigma in their body are trained to basically use it and use a lot of hard work and to be naturally gifted to it. And apparently, from the age of 11, they're allowed to have this stuff, okay? Yep. The arc starts out basically with Salazar, Katsuma, and Rina going to Alaska. And instead of starting out in the actual arc itself, where the sibling stuff, where they go to Indonesia, and of course back at West Genetics, they're going to Alaska. Yep, didn't use the new characters. There are about a few new ones, though Cassie herself is back for this arc. She doesn't... I watched this arc. She doesn't do a lot this whole arc, aside from the fact that one of the new characters had the Groper. Aside from that, she does very little fighting. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, there is some fighting in this arc. Oh yes, there is. Doesn't happen until the second to last episode of this arc. So, why are they here? Why do they bring it? And of course they do, in the next episode, have the characters' rooms. And apparently Rena's by herself, while Sadalizer and Katsuma supposedly share a room together, though they kind of swap because Rena got jealous. So, the Pandoras are invited to do a mock battle with the E-Pandoras, and during the first ones, now, the first 2 they introduce are basically 2 new characters. Elizabeth is the last one, and they pretty much wipe the floor with the last set, with the first set of Pandoras. Though Elizabeth takes on pretty much the oldest of all of them, the one with the grayish hair and the red tip. Yeah, they actually have an explanation of why her hair is like that. It's because of a drug that she took, a Mark III they introduces in episode 3 of this particular arc. A drug that was a failure because it had a bad side effect. It altered her hair. Yes, and apparently Mark IV, which did work at first, and this is actually based upon Satellizer's data. Yep, based upon her data, not Elizabeth for some reason. Yeah, my only guess is the reason why they decided to have that because she's the star of the series, and plus she's a little bit younger than Elizabeth. Oh yeah, and also this is something quite strange. Only Katsuma is the only limiter actually here, because none of the other characters who actually do have limiters. Elizabeth's got a limiter. I don't think he appears in this arc. I don't think he does much of anything. And her limiter is Andre. Yeah, it's later hinted that she's got feelings for her limiter, but I don't think they go anyplace. In the case of Lucia Christian's character, Gracia, she doesn't do a lot of anything in this whole arc. She does pretty much almost nothing. They do have a scene where they're at the swimming pool, and of course Elizabeth swims in nude in front of everybody. Now, as far as I can tell in the series, from what I've read, there has never been an explanation of why she swims nude. Yep, they show off all the characters' new swimsuits, which that was quite nice. I kind of wish we had a beach episode, but well, we kind of had that with the OVAs, but not an official one. Mm-hmm. Yep. So after the mock battles, then they try out the drug, which apparently the secretary, the ones in charge of this particular project. By the way, he's voiced by David Wade. Yeah, I can tell by his voice it's David Wade. And he's one arrogant dude. Oh, good gosh. Despite the fact that he thinks that, oh yeah, they're doing good. Give them the Mark IV drug right now. And he's like, no one cares about it. Like, no one cares about it. Just basically continue the project. Yeah, it's like he doesn't care about doing his job properly. So basically, he forces the girls, like only one volunteer to do this, to try out the Mark IV drug. It works at first. She's able to beat Satellizer, though they actually kind of cut back and forth in the fight. And it works for a little while until her body starts breaking down and turning into a nova, where she gets killed. And it's not the leader of the group. Nope, it's one of the other ones. But you had an anime original scene where you have Satellizer and Rena just working out to a new E-Novas, the E-Pandoras. One who eating ice cream accidentally drops it, but she gets kind of upset when Rena, it's implied she may have poked fun at her for eating off the floor. But the reason why this woman eats, because this woman nearly starved to death. Yes, she was nearly starving. So basically, a lot of the time this character is seeing when she's not fighting, she's stuffing her face with food. Which, okay, that's fine. That's good character stuff for her. I don't remember the character's names. A lot of them anyways. It's a character who's got dark skin. And she was the second opponent in the first round of mock battles. The third round only showed, the second round mock battles, it only showed one. And it was the one who basically got the experiment and fought Satellizer. And it's implied the battle itself never had proper conclusion. Because apparently the battle was only just the strength. So the match never had proper conclusion. It just was stopped. While the other battle stopped purely based on the fact that the woman basically was standing up and she was unconscious. Yeah. So, woman turns to a Nova. And apparently Elizabeth does not want Satellizer to help out for some reason. Really, woman? Really? We're still doing the whole thing of, oh, because she's younger than you, we have to basically just insult her because she's there be like a year younger than you. And she kills her. And her friends hold a funeral for her by burning her stuff. And Scarlet Hair, yes, that's the name of the project leader's name. I believe this character is named after the female lead from Gone with the Wind. That's my thing anyways. I mean, the character's name basically sounds American. And the way the secretary is written is to be a stereotypical arrogant American. That's how the character is written. And tells the girls go back inside, just go whatever. And then Satellizer really wants to help Elizabeth basically deal with the whole this whole thing. Elizabeth's like, no thank you. And she proceeds to wound her in her wrist and her basically near her feet. And she does a stupid thing of know your place. And I'm thinking, why are we going back this for? Well, at least explains the reason why they're doing the siblings arc next. Though it was a slightly different reason. The manga, at least. Here's the thing. Satellizer was fine in the manga when they started off the siblings arc. Here, they changed it for some reason. No idea why, but they did. It's kind of strange that they decided to do this, but at least in the case of the first season, at least have all the arcs adapted for that season adapted in order. Not the case this season. Nope. We have to adapt. Technically, was the 8th arc before the 7th arc. To me, that made no frickin' sense at all. But I'm not the people who adapt the series. Yes, as far as I can tell, this is the first series I've come across where it's adapted from manga, where it adapted 2 arcs in the wrong order. Yeah. But in the case, what I think of what they did for the arc overall, it's actually pretty good. Good introduction, new clothes, new characters. I think they were quite interesting. Got some quirks with them. And, well, let's see. I do think the ending was simply quite stupid. I did not like the ending at all. I think the ending was completely unnecessary. Elizabeth should have accepted Satellizer's help, but nope. She has to be pig-headed because she can, because she's a student council. Well, she's one of the people who sits in student council. She's also very tall. Yes, she has to be so arrogant. Also, Monica Hill's character is not in these episodes. Nope, she's not here at all. I think she may have got reduced her role in the series after the Nova Clash. Yep, but at least Lucia Christian is still here, somewhat, anyways. Yeah, they show up her swimsuit, and she wears like a very revealing outfit which barely covers her body. Yeah, at least Rena and Cassie basically wear much better swimsuits. Heck, even Satellizer was a much better swimsuit. At least it's better than Elizabeth, where she wears nothing. Yep, it's a good arc. I like what they did with it. I just like the ending. The ending I didn't really like at all. Yep, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my review of the Siblings arc, and I'll be discussing this particular arc of the series. Hopefully the ending is a lot more better than what they did with this arc. I hope so. Actually, no. This is actually not the first time I come across this where they adapted some stuff out of order. They did this in High School DX. They did this also in High School DxD, the third season, where they adapted the 7th book after the 5th book. And they kind of did the same thing in Overlord, where they adapted the 8th book before they put the 7th book. But for manga-wise, this is the... Well, for the series like this, where it's not like Gintama, where they adapt some arcs out of order, not the case of this particular series. Nope. Yeah, this is probably by far the first series for manga they intentionally adapt out of order for some reason. I don't know why in the world they did this for, but they did. Okay, so that's it for my review. Stay tuned for my review of the Siblings arc, okay? Which is only 3 episodes, so expect to see it probably a little over an hour from now, okay? See you next video. Bye.